Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. Thank you for joining us in this segment, and we're giving you all of your real estate news. It is still good, despite the gloom and doom headlines you'll see with just about everything. When you go outside, you pump gas in your car, you're like, what the heck? And then you go to the grocery store, you're like, what the heck? The bill's higher than it usually is. Interest rates are higher, but hey, the price on your home is going up too. There's a little silver lining there.
Well, you know what? When I look at that, Cleve, it's interesting that you say that. So, look, if you ask anybody, how's your stocks doing right now? I'm down 14%. Okay, everybody's down in the stock market. What's up? Housing is up.
Yep.
Housing is up. So even in Central Florida, we're up about 15% for the year already. Now, I expect that by the end of the year, you're still going to have between a 5 and a 10% appreciation in 2020.
Oh, we will. I think we'll be around 10 to 15%.
I think you're right. I think you're right. So there is why you should be in real estate.
And here's what's also going to happen, Bruce. That median price and the average price, and if the average price in a market goes down 10% because a bunch of $1 million homes didn't sell, what's the media going to grab on? Home sales down 10%.
Right.
So you got to watch out for that. But and when sales slow a little bit, we will see they'll play with those numbers. And, and 75% of all stats are made up.
It's an illusion, and it's all it is the media trying to instill fear in people. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think all media does it. Yeah. No matter what channel you're listening to.
They got so much competition. They're trying to keep you from switching the station or clicking the button.
Absolutely. Yep. Right. What's the saying go? If it feeds, it bleeds.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
I learned that. I remember my show. I got preempted, and I was so mad. I got preempted by it was the Clinton impeachment. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my show. I'm like, Bill Clinton's impeached a little more important than you. I'm like, okay. And then the guy goes, hey, if it bleeds, it leads. Remember that news is always going to beat you out. So we give you all your real estate news.
So we don't do that here. We're going to give you the good, bad,
and the ugly. This is the
ugly.
actual stats and what's happening, but this is why you and I have jobs, because everybody's credit's different. Everybody's income's different. Everybody's situation they need to meet is different. I go to somebody's house, they might not need to sell now, and they might work from home and have 3 Rottweilers. I'm going to help them work out how we can get the home sold. Everything is different. That's why there probably is an app for real estate or a book you could read, but you need a realtor to help you out.
Well, and let's just put things in perspective. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Rates are up. Fed raised the Fed rate up again this week. Probably going to do it again, and it's going to keep happening until inflation starts to curb and go the other direction. And really, why do they do that? They're trying to disrupt the market. That's what's causing inflation, right? So the whole purpose of raising interest rates is to disrupt the market.
Yeah.
So it puts us into a worse situation.
Yeah, slows things down a little bit.
Slows things down a little bit. So, and that's the intent of what the Fed is trying to do. Now, so if your 401k and your stocks are all losing money right now, okay, and I'm not saying sell your stocks. We diversify, don't we? Mm-hmm. And we believe in diversification. But real estate is still up. It's still up. Now, people may say, oh, real estate's coming down. No, real estate is not coming down. The sales price and the asking prices have retracted a little bit because they were at too high of a pace.
Well, this is what people got to learn to watch, and this is why half the realtors out there don't know how to price a listing. And you've got to look at who actually closed and walked away from the table. That's the market value you base your price on, not what the guy down the street has been on the market for 180 days, who's at $699 when all the homes in the neighborhood are selling for $550.
Sure.
So you got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, Bruce, a question.
Yeah.
I've got a new development here. Great new homes, Lake Apopka Sound and Winter Garden. These are beautiful houses starting in the mid-5s to high 5s. They got some lakefronts for $1 million on Lake Apopka, over $1 million. But that builder, when you go into a new home builder, they want you to use their lender. And should that be shopped?
Absolutely, it should be shopped because they're generally not the best rate. And secondly is they are going to make promises that they can't deliver on. And they'll do that because they know if it's not an inventory production home, they can tease you and go, oh, yeah, we're at, XYZ mortgage company that we are owned by the builder, and we will give you a quote, but when it comes down to locking it in, since your house won't be ready for 10 months, the whole thing changes. Yep. But they coerce you or extort you into using their title company and their mortgage company by throwing closing cost incentives. Yep. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do right now. If you're out there and you're looking at new construction, You tell them that you want to use the loan arranger, and they have to still pay the closing costs incentive, and then you're going to have a win-win. And if you're a buyer and you use Cleve Loveland as your realtor, even on new construction, right? Mm-hmm. You help with people with new construction every day, right?
We're closing on 3 this week.
Right? So new construction, and with Cleve and I, we're helping out buyers through the end of the year by assisting you with some additional closing cost incentives that will really defray most of your closing costs anyway. So why be subject to that builder's lender? Shop it. Call me. Always check with me.
You also might be calling a call center in Idaho or something.
Well, you very well could be. But
very important. But builders have some deals out there right now. It's funny that when they didn't need realtors the past couple of years as much. So now I'm getting all kinds of calls to come out and see this and come out and see that. We've got all kinds of special incentives for your buyers. But new construction is great because you know what you're getting, and you can lock in a price now. By the time that home is finished, it's going to be up. So
for sure.
The trouble is sometimes they cannot tell you what's our completion date. I think they've worked out most of their supply issues, and what they're doing now is telling you, all right, it's going to be 6 to 9 months, or they're not releasing the homes until they're like 1/3 done, and they kind of know the rest of the process. They're getting that process down. So it's going to ease up, and we'll get better. But, all the people buying houses now, if you're not going to sell them in the next year, I think you're going to be okay.
Oh, I think
prices are going to keep rising. Rents aren't going to plummet back down. Rents
are not going to plummet.
Speaking of rents right now, we manage a bunch of properties that help a bunch of investors with their retirement planning, and we help them on their rents. I am raising rents up, and we are getting, if the tenants don't like it, I tell them, hey, go look around, check it out. Most of them are going, okay, we'll do it, because they can't go anywhere else. Now, you want to give a good tenant a good deal, but you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
No.
I had somebody bring me a listing last week. Brother-in-law in the house paying $900 a month, should have been about $1,900 a month on this small house. And it's but they can't, and then they asked them to move out 6 months ago, and they still haven't done it.
Right.
And because of bad blood, they don't want bad blood in the family. So anyway, 407-352-8118. If you need help managing property, you hear somebody tell you a nightmare story about a rental, have them call me or email me at lovelandreport.com.
Yep, and phone number?
407-352-8118.
Yep, and if you have questions for the loan arranger, you'd like to get qualified to buy a mortgage or buy a house, and you need a mortgage, I have every loan program you could possibly think of. Now, we were talking about builders. What about custom and semi-custom builders? What about buying or building a home on your own lot, or finding a lot and building your own custom home? I have a whole bunch of builders throughout Central Florida that will do a custom or semi-custom home for you on your own lot. I have the best construction perms. I just brought on a conventional construction perm with only 5% down. How do you like that? 5% down, construction perm, conventional loan. 5%.
Was that your mega jumbo?
No.
No? Okay, don't have that yet? All right, working on that. All right.
Nope. So that is a conventional construction perm. Most are 20% down. I had 10. I just introduced the 5% down.
That's awesome.
Now, I have FHA 3.5% down construction perm loans. Now, everybody's got an FHA, regular FHA, construction to perm. VA,
That's
construction to perm.
That's what I love about
no
CrossCountry.
Money down.
You've
I
got-
know.
you've
No
got the
kidding,
products,
right?
yep.
No money down
Yep.
to 647.
You remind me of that guy you'd see in the old movies, and he'd come over and he'd open up his raincoat, and there's like 50 watches hanging on the inside of it. That's what you've got with these loan products. You've got one for everybody.
I got one.
Also, I got some articles here about saving money on your taxes and stuff like that. What about the people that have their accountant's got a really sharp pencil? They're self-employed. You still got your bank statement loans?
Absolutely. I'm doing a bunch of bank statement loans right now. I'm doing a little bit of hard money loans. There's all kinds of products that I'm doing. Rehab loans we're doing. If you have questions, call me. I'm the loan arranger. I'm local. I'm here for you. I've got a great team. We'll answer your questions. There's no hard selling here at all. We will provide you with all the tools you need to make the right decision. My personal phone number, now this is not my office number. This is my number, 407-250-9144. Just pull out your flip phone and save me in there right now. 407-250-9144 for the Loan Arranger, or go to my website at WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. So, I've told you, Cleve, that I've been having this issue with my throat, and I've been hoarse on the air, and sometimes
so you're supposed to kind of control your breathing.
So
and
apparently I
speak a little
have
softer.
these nodules on my voice box that I have to go to some voice therapy now, like if I was a singer or something, to try to get rid of these nodules.
I've heard you sing. You actually surprised me one night. I didn't know you played the guitar.
I used to be a good singer. I cannot sing any longer. But anyways, don't call the Loan Arranger and ask me to sing a song. Now, it depends on what size mortgage you might need. Maybe I'll sing a tune for you.
Yep.
I do sing Happy Birthday.
How much time we got?
We've got about we got about 4 minutes.
Okay. One thing I'm seeing out there, Bruce, it's funny. It's still happening. The iBuyers, the people, I'll give you cash for your house right now. Just don't worry about putting it on the market. Don't worry about cleanup. Don't worry about repairs. What are you giving up? On average, I'm seeing all
Money.
these stats come in. You're giving up about 20 to 25% of your equity. Right. There's still fees involved. They're still preaching. I mean, most of my sellers are like,
their commercials sound very convincing.
Oh, well, that's a lot of marketing. How do you think they're making all that money to have that $1 million marketing budget? They're ripping people off and using that money for marketing, or it just amazes me. When I sit down with a client, I want what's best for them. And there's a relationship between time and money, but that's a bit extreme.
Sure.
I like to be a fiduciary where I'm working to get the best possible outcome for my client, a seller's agent, and I want to make sure they get what they need on when they're selling, and advise them on what top dollar is. And there are times where I say, hey, look, this person will close quicker, but they'd like a little bit of money off, like a couple $1,000. And if that works out, fine. But there's other times when, they're talking about, well, we want new AC systems. Well, I'm sorry, servicing that AC system is about $500. We'll do that, but we're not giving you $7,000.
Right.
Things like that come up, and that's my job, to help sellers make as much as possible and meet their real estate goals. These iBuyers they're about fleecing you.
Right.
They are.
They
and
are.
People just don't know. They think
when
it's
we
convenient.
referring to iBuyers, it's these companies you're seeing all over TV that you don't need to have anybody come through your house. We'll buy it. We can close in 28 days, but they're going to pay you. And you think about this. You work hard for your money, right? Why would you even take a 10% haircut on your house at $400,000? It's $40,000. Who cares if a couple people come through your house? I mean, the market's still red hot. You're going to sell your house fast anyway. You might not have 20 buyers knocking on your door, but you'll have 2 or 3 right now, right?
Yep.
Right? So get the most for your. We talk to you about how to make money in real estate. Why make money in real estate and then give it away to one of these hedge funds? Because these companies are hedge fund operated, right? They're hedge fund funded. Funds.
They've got shareholders that they've got I think most of them do. They've got a duty to make money for them on Wall Street. And if they give you market value for their home,
they're not making money on Wall Street.
They lost money for their clients. I mean, for their shareholders. So just be careful on that. Call them and call me. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. 407-352-8118 for Cleve, Loveland.
Yeah, or Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger. 407-250-9144. 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. We've been talking about hometown heroes for all of our heroes out there: police, fire department, EMTs, teachers, healthcare workers, nurses, all kinds of medical professionals, even correctional officers, up to $25,000 in money. Add that to our rebate program that we're offering right now, and there is no reason for you to continue to rent. Listen, as Cleve and I have been saying for years, there's no such thing as a rich renter. Even if interest rates are high, do what you can to get qualified. My team and I are here committed. And even if you call me and you don't qualify right now, we will paint a picture, a roadmap, so that you become a homeowner. We have to get you out of renting. Rent is going to continue to rise. There's a shortage of rental properties. And I'm going to tell you something, rent control ain't going to do the job. It will actually make it worse. And rent control is a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, right? 30-year fixed rate mortgage.
Yep.
Cleve, give us your number.
407-352-8118.
Yep, or lovelandreport.com, or you can contact the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. We will be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger radio show. Stay tuned for the last segment.